today's video, I'm going to be showing you 6 ways you are styling your home wrongly. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lakmadi Bajo. I make lifestyle videos and we talk about anything, most things and everything. So you're welcome to my channel, and if you like what you see here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get an alert when a new video comes up. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining us again. I'm so happy to have you here. So in today's video, I'm talking about 6 ways you're decorating your home wrongly or styling your home wrongly. And you probably wonder why I'm talking about styling your home or whatever. I've always been an interior decorator enthusiast or interior design enthusiast, so I have so much interest in styling of interiors basically, and I've actually gone a step further to even educate myself. So I actually have a side business which will be launching very soon. It's a home staging company. I'm going to put a link in the description box to my Instagram page. It's called Real Both Home Stagers. So it's just a way of earning some cash and also putting my passion into practice. And I'm also training myself to become a professional home stager. So I'm not just saying I am an enthusiast, but I'm actually training myself to be a professional in interior design, or interior decoration, because they're actually 2 different things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Saying that home is where the heart is. Your home is your haven. It's meant to be a space where you are free, where you're happy. When you go out, you go to work, wherever you go and hustle, when you come home, it's meant to be that space of relaxation. So you want to make sure your home is habitable, your home is inviting, even to guests. Like when guests come to your home, they'll be like, oh, this is a very beautiful home. I'm sure you like getting those types of compliments. So this is just we're just chatting here, and I'm just giving you simple tips and tricks to make your home look more habitable. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Number 1 is using similar furniture in your space. If you grew up in Nigeria or anywhere else, growing up anyway, we had similar furniture. So I'm not insulting anybody. This actually happened in my home. And when I say similar furniture, you know what I mean? Like if you have there was this green furniture we had in our living room that had the 3-seater, had the love seat, it had the single seater, about 3 of them. So because our living room space was actually really huge, and we had the same green furniture everywhere, so it just it was too uniform, let's just put it that way. And there was nothing on the furniture, like it was just the green, nothing to tone it down or bring it up, no pillows, nothing. So anytime I remember this point, because I know I go to houses these days, and I see that actually, like I see the whole similar furniture. So I just remember growing up and those horrible looking green furniture. It actually dulls it dulls that space. So most times, instead of using the same type of furniture, you can take things up a notch by mixing things, mixing your furniture. So for example, if you have I'll just use a small space as reference, because I know most of my viewers are young couples, young families, or from young families, or single viewers. So I'll say if you have a love seat that is, for example, cream, you want to have an accent chair, 1 or 2, to balance that space. And you don't want to have that accent chair to be the same color with your love seat. So that's just what I mean. So if you have a love seat that is cream or brown or beige, you want to have an accent seat that is probably deeper in tone, for example blue or green, or something to just bring a pop of color and to also liven the room. So that's what I mean. So yeah, don't use the same piece of furniture in your space. Number 2 is scattering pictures all over the house. And when I say pictures, I'm referring to personal pictures. So growing up as well, we had pictures everywhere, family pictures, mostly family pictures. We didn't really have pieces of art. It was probably when we started growing older that those things kind of changed. But yeah, you don't want to have your personal pictures everywhere in the house. You probably, if you really must have, because I know some people don't even have personal pictures. I mean, if you have personal pictures in your house, it makes the house more homely. So I definitely will recommend you have personal pictures, but it's better you have a designated space or spot for those personal pictures. Like maybe you have a feature wall that has, all your family pictures, or you have like a console table where you put all your pictures, or just somewhere. But you don't want to have your personal pictures in the living room, on the wall near the TV, and another one near the dining area, and another one on the way to your bedroom. You don't want to have it everywhere, but you just want to have it in one space. That way the pictures actually have more definition and more meaning. When people come to visit you in your home, they have that space to look at all of the pictures, and it just makes the space look more organized and neat. Yeah, so that's number 2. 3 is when your carpet size is too small. So your carpet or rug, whatever you want to refer it to, and I'm referring to the one you put in the center of the space. So for example, your living room space has a carpet or rug in the center, and you put a coffee table on top. So if the carpet size is too small, it makes the room look like empty. It makes room like literally empty. That's literally what it means. So you want to make sure you measure that area before you purchase any piece of carpet. And a general rule of thumb is when your carpet fits right under the first 2 legs of your largest piece of furniture in the living room, so your couch, the 2 legs at the front. Once your carpet can fit under, like I would say about a few inches under the legs of your couch, then that's actually a more preferable size. So it's just advisable to measure, and that's if you want to have carpet in your living room. And of course it's recommended to have carpet in your living room, because you notice that if you don't have carpet there in your living room area, there will be this kind of, I don't know if you've noticed it, like echoing, like when the space just doesn't feel complete. That's just how it feels, or that's how it seems. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. Number 4 is when you use an awful paint color in your living space. Guys, do you know the most awful paint color, the one I hate the most? Cream. I actually hate that color. There's this yellowish cream. Yeah, I guess it was trendy at some point, but the truth is that in 2020 it's no longer trendy. You don't want yellowish cream in your home. Trust me, it's so out of date. It's a dead color, and it actually is it's an ugly color. That's just it. You find that in a space that was painted that yellowish cream, if another color is put in there, for example white, which for me is my favorite, like just go with white, your life will be much easier. You find that space becomes bigger, roomier, and it just makes a huge difference. That's not saying that you can't, because I know you'll be like, oh, what if I have kids? I don't want to use white. That's not saying that you can't use other colors. Of course there are other colors, and there are so many whites that have so many undertones. So you can, if you're thinking of repainting your home or whatever, if you go to all the paint stores like Dulux Paints or even Home Depot, there are always color experts there that can give you options of the shades or undertones that will suit your home. I can always get samples to test in your home before you actually buy the actual paint color. But don't go for creamish cream, guys. That's a yucky color. It's a very yucky color. Colors you could consider, of course, white, gray, and if you want to have a feature wall, then you can go for the darker tones. So when I mean a feature wall, like if you paint every other place white, there might be a particular space where you want to paint a darker color like blue or even green or black even. If you go on Pinterest, you'll see so many sources of inspiration. Number 5 is when you over decorate your walls. So yes, definitely decorating your walls is, you know, brings that space to life. If you don't decorate your walls, you find that there'll be this kind of echoing, you know. It won't feel like a home yet until you start placing things on your walls. That's just the fact. But at the same time, you don't want to do it up to the extent that, you know, you're like, okay, what's going on here? Is this an art gallery or something, right? So you want to make sure it's just enough, it's not too much, you know, and you're not under decorating. So of course, for me, Pinterest is my go-to. That's just the fact. But even on Pinterest, you find that there's some decoration styles. For example, the bohemian style that, you know, goes for a lot of, like, almost like cluster, not cluster, but that's like the vibe, bohemian. So it almost goes for, you know, having a lot of pieces together in one space. You want to be careful that it's not too much. And even when you have, for example, if you have a feature wall that has you know, all the pictures, you want to make sure they are aligned, so it's not a black frame here and maybe a brown frame here. You get what I mean? Like, it won't look pretty, it will just look disorganized. So you should just take note of that. If you want to have pictures, you know, just make sure they align and don't make sure they're not too much. Number 6, I find this very common, even in my home. When your window blinds are too low. This, I don't know, I guess that's just how builders or whoever does the installations, that's how they, like, maybe there's like a standard, you know, measurements you're supposed to use when you're installing those rods, you know, for your curtains or window blinds. But I find that if you raise the rods higher, it makes that space bigger. That's just it. It makes the space bigger because it's closer to the ceiling, so your ceiling looks higher, the space looks longer, and, you know, you just have the space just looks bigger. So you could try it. I'm actually gonna try it as well in my home, because when we moved, the rods were already installed, so I just literally just put in the blinds. But I find that if you raise those blinds higher, closer to the ceiling, you're gonna enjoy your space even more. So let me know if you try it, and, you know, I'm also going to try it as well, so I'm going to let you know probably on my Instagram page how that turns out when I eventually do it. But yeah, that's a very, very good hack, so let me know what you guys think. And yes guys, we've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Yeah, and please follow me on my socials. I have them all linked in the description box. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.